What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM, and how there was just an executive order signed by President Biden that could have a lot of beneficial impacts on Nano Dimension in the short term and the long term. So there is a national semiconductor shortage. If you guys have been watching my Nano Dimension videos for the past couple of weeks, we have gone over this semiconductor shortage a couple of times, and I have said that we need to look out for any kind of government action that could benefit Nano Dimension in terms of either an executive order or direct funding through a bill. And today we got one of those aspects. So we're going to go over exactly how this could benefit Nano Dimension in the long term. And I'm also going to give some caveats to this funding that Nano Dimension could get resulting from this executive order in the long run, and explain exactly why that is. So before we get into all of this information, if you enjoy the information that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Thank you to the almost 4,500 of you that have turned on that notification bell. You guys are absolutely the best, watching my videos as soon as I put them out and showing love in the comment section and with your likes. I am so appreciative of all of you guys, and thank you so much. So taking a look at the chart of Nano Dimension, we can see that at its high, Nano Dimension was trading at about $16, $17. And at this market crash or correction that we saw over the past week, Nano Dimension went down into the $9 range. So if you were able to buy this dip in Nano Dimension and you have confidence in this company long term, and you are familiar with a lot of sound long-term investing strategies, when your favorite stocks dip, you buy more. You are sitting in a great position in Nano Dimension, as NNDM has run up to about 1182 at the time that I am recording this video. So right now, there is a worldwide semiconductor shortage, and this is impacting a lot of different industries, mainly the auto industry. So they are seeing a really hard time with not having enough semiconductors, and this has been described as a supply chain issue, and that is where Nano Dimension could step in, and here is why. So coming over here, we can see that Nano Dimension bridges the gap between PCB and semiconductor integrated circuits, and if we come over to Nano Dimension's blog, we can see additive manufacturing, which is the field that Nano Dimension is in for semiconductor devices and its impact on research and development. So this blog goes on to say automation is endemic in today's economy, and additive manufacturing is just one of the many technologies that are infiltrating manufacturing facilities in all industries. Additive manufacturing systems are saving costs and unleashing design freedom for a broad range of products. These products tend to have lower weight and less complexity. The fabrication processes waste less material, and the overall manufacturing costs for many products are reduced as a result. So Nano Dimension's Dragonfly LDM systems actually have the capabilities to produce semiconductors. And if we come over here, the main reason why Nano Dimension and their additively manufacturing process would be a great idea for the United States government and a couple of the other governments that are also having some semiconductor shortages, giving funding to Nano Dimension would be a great idea for the following reasons. So coming over here, we can see that Nano Dimension is able to reduce the time to market, as we see right here, from weeks to days. So when they 3D print these products, it takes much less time when you're using these Dragonfly LDM products. So this is exactly what everybody needs right now. They need semiconductors, and they need them fast and to work very effectively, which Nano Dimension is able to help out with. Now, coming over here, we can see that Biden actually signed an executive order recently. So Biden signs executive order tied to semiconductor shortage. President also meets with Republican and Democratic lawmakers on issue. So President Joe Biden on Wednesday signed an executive order that aims for reviews of supply chains for semiconductors and other critical goods. Chips have been hard to come by for automakers and consumers, causing difficulties in a range of industries. The cause looks like a combination of increased demand as people scoop up electronics during the pandemic, limited manufacturing capacity to meet that demand, and the U.S.-China trade war. Coming down here, we can see the new order directs an immediate 100-day review across federal agencies to address vulnerabilities in the supply chains of 4 key products, the White House said in a news release. Those 4 products are semiconductors, pharmaceuticals, critical minerals such as rare earths, and large capacity batteries such as those used in electric vehicles. The order also calls for a 1-year review of a broader set of U.S. supply chains covering 6 sectors, according to the White House. Those 6 sectors are defense, healthcare, information technology, energy, transportation, and agriculture. So they say that we need to stop playing catch up after the supply chain crisis hit, Biden said in a short speech before signing the order. We need to prevent the supply chain crisis from hitting in the first place. Now, Nano Dimension is a very solid company right now. They did have a pretty significant sell-off, and a lot of people decided to buy this dip. But we are going to go over some of the reasons why that Nano Dimension is not ready for this kind of funding from the government, even if the United States government wanted to give Nano Dimension their funding. So if you paid close attention to the CEO Yoav Stern's interviews on the Red Chip Money report, you heard him say that they are working to be able to mass produce these Dragonfly LDM products and have the Dragonfly LDMs be able to mass produce the complex electric circuitry that they need to produce in the Dragonfly LDM. So at the current time, they are really not ready for this kind of volume. And coming over here, we can see that at the end of 2020, that Nano Dimension has only sold about 60 of their systems worldwide. So in my opinion, Nano Dimension is not ready for this type of volume that would be needed in order to solve this worldwide semiconductor shortage. But Nano Dimension does have almost $1.5 billion on their balance sheet. And if they are able to announce an acquisition soon, we do see that some of these executive orders are going to take a lot of time. So there is going to be a 100-day review and a year-long review. So Nano Dimension does have a lot of time to get its business practices in order so that when the time comes around that some of these bills come out for funding on how to fix this semiconductor shortage, Nano Dimension may be ready to receive government funding for their Dragonfly LDM products. Now, coming back to the chart of NNDM, I've seen a lot of posts on some Reddit forums and comment sections of a couple of different brokers that ARK Invest has either been selling or buying NNDM throughout this week. And I learned previously that Lucid Tracking is not the most accurate source when trying to look at ARK Invest buy and sells. If you take a look at ARK's actual daily trade notifications, Nano Dimension has not been mentioned this week. So I want you guys to be careful when you are listening to other individuals on the internet and saying that ARK bought, ARK sold, and you should try to look and get this information directly from the source, which is going to be ARK Invest. Now, since Nano Dimension has been selling off recently, and there's been a lot of volatility in the market, it's not really beneficial for anybody for me to come out and say, I think Nano Dimension is going here in the next week. But long term, I think Nano Dimension can get to the $30 price range. I think that we could see that maybe by the end of 2021 or halfway through 2022. I think this company is in a great position right now, and they have a lot of potential. They have $1.5 billion on their balance sheet, and they have a lot of aggressive plans on how to scale their 3D printing business and acquisitions that they are planning. They have already engaged Carl Square in Europe and have already been introduced to some very attractive acquisition targets. So we're just going to have to wait and see on NNDM right now. It is also possible that we do see some more capital raises, but this, in my opinion, is going to be a good sign until we don't see anything more from NNDM about acquisitions or research and development. I think in order for investors to keep having confidence in Nano Dimension, that we need to see some solid acquisition targets within the next 2 quarters. That is just my opinion, but I think a lot of investors are feeling that way as well. So that is going to be it for this update on Nano Dimension. If you guys enjoyed the information that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys are having a very profitable day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.